I want to add us to the screen.
Wow, there we are.
We're there. We're live.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, you should have said something to me. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big Mike here. I got Terrie here, my best gal. And it's Sunday, and it's Shout Out Sunday.
It is.
All right. So our guest today is somebody, I think, I stumbled on him. And one of the reasons that I got interested in this channel, and it's Haden Farms, Haden Farms,
Yes.
is the family. What caught my eye on them is the family dynamics. Okay.
Yes.
What a wonderful couple Bryson and Jessica are.
With a great message.
With a great message.
Yes.
And that's what got me. The energy that they put into their children just makes me believe that there's a future for us, because they care 100% about their children, their progression in life, the family dynamics, the religious aspect of everything, and their physical health. I mean, if you watch them, you will just be amazed on how they function as a family. And that's what caught my eye.
Yes.
And that's why I watched every last one. In fact, I watched some of the videos twice just to get more information on it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I got info.
Always.
Okay.
He
I've
takes
got
notes.
info. I take copious notes. So let's see if we can put them on the spot.
All right, we'll do that. Did you want to say hi to these people that are in here?
Yeah, let's say hello to everybody.
We got Jesse at Lazy Days
Hey,
Ahead.
Jesse and Lisa.
The Mod Father and Lisa. And we have Brenda at Redbird Farm.
Hello, Brenda.
And we have Roberta at Roberta's Artistic
Hello,
Adventures.
Roberta.
We have Treasure Hunter.
Treasure Hunter.
And Bluegrass Trapping.
Hey.
And
Glad to have you in here.
Rebecca Davis, she said that Altruistic said for her to come over and see us.
Yes.
So that was nice. Thank you.
Yes.
And we have, let's see, where am I at? Mountain Maple Ranch.
Mountain Maple Ranch.
I've been watching them. That's
Are
another.
they're in Utah?
Yes, that's
Okay.
another good channel.
Great channel.
Yes. So we'll be watching more of them.
There's Queen Lila.
There is Queen Lila.
Yes. Life with Belinda and Chuck.
Life
We
with
got a little something special for Belinda and Chuck.
Yeah. And let's see. Who else is in here? Sorry, guys. I'm
Grace Lonis is in here
Hello, Grace from Scotland.
from Scotland.
I have a little bit of a headache today, so I'm a little slow. His Way Homestead.
Hey,
Doug. Hello, Doug. And
Hopefully Shelly's there.
yeah, I hope so. And who else? Oh, Shelly was getting really close to a milestone, I think, on her channel.
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah.
There's Critter Creek.
Critter Creek. Hello. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming
Critter
in.
Creek.
And who else is
A lot of
here?
people chatting to each other.
Yep, everybody's saying hello. And
There's Mama Murphy.
Mama Murphy. Mad Acre Farms.
Mad Acre Farms.
They were our guest last week.
Yes, I love them.
They're awesome.
They're awesome. If you haven't subscribed to them, you need to
Yep, go do so.
skinny on over there and hit that subscribe button. They're awesome. Rolling with Raquel,
Queen of the Great White North.
Queen of the Great White North up in Canada land.
Oh, hey. Life with Belinda and Chuck said should have called him. Would have given some good info. Oh, let's see. Who else? Critter Creek says I'm doing the same. Plus his short videos are hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So is Life with Belinda and Chuck.
Oh, man. He's hilarious.
So Rebel Canners, hello. And
Crazy Ed's in here.
hey, Ed.
Crazy Ed's Homestead.
Scrolling. Lots of scrolling. This is going
Ed,
quick.
I'm still praying for you, brother.
Jody Young.
Life's turning around for you. Looks good.
Yeah. There's Jody Young.
Jody Young.
And Castle High's Brian.
Castle High, Brian, you're up in here.
And who else? Well, I look like I got to the bottom.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and
let's bring our guest up. Our guest today is Haden Farms, and this is Bryson and Jessica.
yes.
They are the dynamic duo that makes that family run. So let's bring those guys up on the screen.
And let's go to a different. There we go.
There we go. How y'all doing?
Got a little
We're
lag.
good. And you?
Oh, we're doing great. It's Sunday. The Chiefs are playing. But anyway, we get it on the big screen. So if I turn my head, you'll know why. Okay. I'm a Chiefs
Totally
fan.
understand.
So, hey, first off, Bryson and Jessica, you guys are the creators of your channel, Haden Farms. Now, I know you guys are in South Mississippi. We won't go into the town and all that kind of stuff. But didn't you guys start off with a different name for your channel?
We did. We started out as Mississippi Merge.
Yeah. Yeah. So why did you guys change that?
Well, that's a good question. And I've been thinking I was going to explain that in a video, but we have not so far. We started out with the other family that we were farming with and still are farming with. And there were just a lot of dynamics that were not overcomable at the time. Not any problems of any kind, just simply the other guy works offshore. He would be gone 3 weeks at a time. It was hard to get video of both families. And they also have done a lot of videos in the TikTok arena. And so they were wanting to do that. And we possibly could, we won't change our name again, but we possibly could include them again at a later date. But it was basically logistics that caused that. And we just wanted to be able to continue. And as you pointed out in the preview that we're not worthy of, show that family dynamic from our family.
Yeah. So you live in a world of teenagers. And if anybody, we raised our kids, they're out the door, they're having families, they're calling us and saying, I don't know how you put up with us. I said, well, the Lord only gives you so much that you can come overcome. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty strong guy putting up with what I did as a father. And how is your relationship? Now you have three, you have 2 boys and 1 girl.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. So how is your relationship with your children grown from when they were little to now? And I know, Jessica, you homeschool, so they see you a lot.
All day.
Yeah. So how is that? How has your relationship with them matured over the years?
I think the biggest thing for me is building a relationship. I believe that's the way the world works. That's definitely the way our Heavenly Father did things. And getting to know them and know, I remember when my kids first come along, I should say, responded to them in the same way that my father handled us. And my father did a great job, but I realized that my kids were not me, and they respond differently. I have one child in particular, just as an example, that's a very analytical child. He doesn't need to know if it's right or wrong. He needs to know why it's right or wrong. And so I totally have to respond to him differently. And my wife is my, I guess you could say, meter. She constantly tells me, okay, you need to back up a little bit and look at this from a different perspective. So if I was going to give credit to someone besides God, I would have to give it to my wife as far as that relationship maturing. But I think the most important thing for me is being able to look at my kids and say, I messed up on that. Let's back up and try this again.
Right. All right, good. Hey, I know, Bryson, you're a pastor. And
Yes.
Jessica, you homeschool the kids. And number one,
That's right.
I praise any parent that chooses to homeschool their children, because I know, number one, you know who your students are, but they also know who their parent is that's teaching them. So I applaud you for that. But Bryson, what do you do besides farming and being a pastor? Because there's got to be a money avenue somewhere in there. Only if you feel comfortable with answering it.
We do. No, that's totally fine. We do about whatever we can do, to be honest. I've been in law enforcement and security work for most of that was my career out of high school. So I've done a good bit of that. I'm currently not doing much of that because, to be honest with you, I just haven't had time. We've moved to this church at Easter this year, and I'm still trying to catch up with myself.
Okay.
And you'll see in some of our videos, still moving some things from previous locations and things like that. So, but I do a lot of tractor work for the public right now, cutting places that people don't have equipment to cut. And my kids are my crew, so I think they would rather me do the law enforcement because that would keep them from having to be out there doing that all the time. But
yeah, because I noticed on a lot of your videos, your daughter, she's always out there with you. She seems like she really enjoys working side by side. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's a great actress. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it seems like she's the one that's in a lot of videos out there putting up fence and working the horses and doing all this kind of stuff. And of course, sticking her head in the dog automatic feeder was especially nice to see. So she seems like she's fully committed.
Well, she is, but there's some other reasons for that. Our other two are at the age where they're working a lot, and they both have jobs. One works on a chicken farm, the other one works for Chick-fil-A. So we got both ends of the chicken industry, and
there you go.
And then. And so JC's at home a lot with us, and she's a bit of a daddy's girl. So wherever daddy is, she likes to be, and she's good help. There's no question about it. She doesn't ever question what you ask her to do. She just goes and does it. So and enjoys it while she's doing it.
You guys stress or you guys support a lot of the physical extracurricular activities for your children. I mean, basketball's huge within the family. You guys support that. Is there, I'm trying to understand how you homeschool, but yet the children are on high school teams or are they league teams?
It's actually homeschool athletics. We are blessed to be in an area where homeschooling is a pretty big deal. It hasn't always been, but in the last several years, it's gotten a lot bigger. And so we created an organization just like your high schools have with other homeschool associations in different towns. And the more we get to know, the more we realize that we're not the first to do that. So we're definitely not taking the credit for it, but we play all these other homeschool leagues, you might call them, or homeschool associations. Mississippi has an association that is made up of about 12 or 14 homeschool associations that have different sports from track to archery to whatever. And then we also have neighboring states in Louisiana and Arkansas, Missouri that participate in our regional. You've probably seen on some of our videos, we take some pretty long trips sometimes to play basketball. And fortunately, right now, locally and at home, the private schools will still schedule us, and we get to play against them a lot. So it's a very competitive league. It's not a They're not pushovers at all. We've had a few of the private schools that's quit playing us because we beat them, and they don't care for being beat by a bunch of homeschoolers. So
Yeah.
that is something that occurs from time to time, and I am just thankful that we have that opportunity. I was homeschooled, and I played a lot of sports, but not organized to this point by any stretch of the imagination. We did a lot of backyard sports and played in pickup tournaments and that sort of thing. So I hope that explains or answers your question.
Yeah. Hey, so how did you and Jessica meet? Everybody has a story on how people met. What's your story?
And she's hoping I tell you the true story, because
Yeah.
usually when people ask this, I tell a flamboyant story 2 or 3 times before I actually tell the real story. But I wanted to get it right first this time. Jessica was a cashier at a Winn-Dixie grocery store. I was working for the sheriff's department in that same town. I had seen her and she me, but we had no idea who each other were, other than, I appreciated what I saw. And then as time went by, it just so happened in God's beautiful plan that I wound up on Valentine's Day at Winn-Dixie to cash my check, because I worked the night shift and they would cash my check because the banks were closed. And she was walking by while I was telling another deputy that I had sent out 3 different Valentine's cards and I had received nothing that day. And my wife walked by, at that point, obviously not my wife, and said, well, maybe you sent it to the wrong person. And
There you go.
we exchanged phone numbers that night, and that was on obviously February the 14th. On June 10th, we were married 4 months later. And a lot of people said it wouldn't last because it didn't take long enough to happen. But 22 years later, here we are.
There you go.
That's awesome.
I know people that's courted for like 2 weeks, got married. They've been married for 35 years. So, hey, it's all in God's hands. So on your channel, I know that you guys do horse training, cattle. Oh, we lost them.
We lost them.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Well,
Maybe
we'll
they'll
take
come in there.
We'll
Let's
take a
see
minute
this.
and say hello. I saw Jovita come in. Hello, Jovita Navarro.
There's Brutal Bob.
Brutal Bob. Hello.
Hey, Brutal Bob.
Don Ray B.
Hello, Don Ray B.
Southern Roots.
Don, I hope you guys still ain't getting more snow up there on that ridge you live on. Southern Roots.
Let's see. I saw some other people come in.
Evelyn Newman.
Yeah, Evelyn. Hello. Hopefully we get them back.
There's Lori Carp.
Hello, Lori. And
We're going to entertain you until they
Yes,
come back on.
we are. Oh, Paul. Paul is here.
Hello, Paul.
Paul. Sorry, but any parent that decides to homeschool is a parent with mental disorder. No, it's not.
No, it
Hey,
takes a
they're back.
plan. They're back. All right. So I noticed on your channel, you guys do, cattle farming, hunting, gardening, your general life, and Miss Jessica's cooking. So out of those things, what I noticed was you guys have cows, donkeys, pigs, horses, and I think your horse is named Sassy, and chickens. And then, of course, your Great Dane Duke and your Golden Retriever. Now, I never got to hear the Golden Retriever's name. What's his name?
Rebel.
Rebel. Okay. Hey, Mississippi, the Rebel. You got it. I got it. And I know you're a big fan of the Duke, John Wayne. So
Yes.
you have coffee with him every morning, just about.
Just about.
Just about. Okay. So you talked earlier about your neighbors. I think his name's Jack or Jerry, or the neighbor that you were partnering with before. He works offshore. Is it Jack or Jerry or
Zach.
Zach? I knew it was a Zach and Jack or something. So I'm guessing that you guys have a relationship between each other with the shared farming and all that, and him going offshore, where you have to dedicate a lot of your time to both properties. Is that true? How's that relationship?
It's wonderful. We have a good relationship. We work together when he's home, and I take care of most of it while he's gone. His wife is still involved while he's gone, and they have 2 young kids that you see in some of the earlier videos that are active as they can be at their age. It works well. It's actually a godsend for us, because moving to a new community and not knowing where you're going to keep your cows, and they needed help while he was gone. Zach had not long before lost his father, who was the one who started that farm, and so that was the relationship before, and his mother actually is still involved in that situation as well. She doesn't do a lot of hands-on, but a lot of the property is hers. And so we work together well, and I enjoy having someone there that knows. I'll just go ahead and say he knows a lot more about it than I do. So he helps me out a lot with the learning curve. And it
so
works
you're
quite
still
well.
a farmer in training?
Yes, on the cattle side of things.
Yeah.
My background is I've worked horses all my life, and I'm not an expert by any stretch of imagination, but I'm a lot more comfortable with the ins and outs of the horse business than I am the cattle. Only been doing that for about 4 or 5 years on my own. Now, I've worked with other people who had cattle, but there's a lot of difference in being the hand and being the one who is in charge of making it happen.
Yeah. So your daughter, her horse, is that a Palomino or is it just a dun? Because sometimes you get confused. Is that a
She's
dun?
a Palomino.
Is that just straight up dun? I'm sorry.
It's a Palomino.
Okay, Palomino. Okay, by Brett. Okay, yeah, because I used to run horses. I was strictly into the dock bar line for stud horses. I had 12 stud horses and no mares on the land until about a year before we moved. Yeah, if you don't have a good plan with horses, they could be a money pit. So yeah, it's just one of those things that those hay burners. Yeah.
Hope you to give a quick update on the
This
game.
horse is actually
Oh.
This horse is actually a descendant of Doc Bar.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry about our internet. It's pretty rough.
That's all right.
It's fine.
You can't control that.
Yeah, that's right. So I did notice that they have a tractor. It's a Kubota.
Yeah, well, and
There's a big thing between us, me wanting a tractor and her saying you don't really need one, but I'm a guy and I really want one.
yeah.
But I always point out to her that when somebody else has a tractor and I don't, so they have a tractor.
Yeah, well, and
Just
Cat,
one.
Cat further just commented too.
What do you say?
Did you hear how a tractor can be used as a side hustle to grow relationships and make some extra jack?
I'm telling you.
Thank you,
I'm
Cat,
trying to
for-
convince her every day. Man. So the kids.
I am very thankful for my tractor,
Oh yeah.
except for the days the bill is due.
Yeah.
That is right. Now, one thing that I watch, and you should do more of this on your channel, is you're a pretty good singer. Now, there's because I watched you and the 2 other gentlemen have a sing along at the church, and you're a pretty good singer now. But there's a difference between singing with a group and singing on your own. So, do you do that? I mean, quite often?
Well, not anymore. When our kids were all in diapers, I traveled and sang a lot with a group. I've sung a good bit by myself. I don't enjoy singing by myself as much as I do with a group. I'm more about harmony, and I love that 3-part and 4-part harmony. So I tell everybody when we get to heaven, that's what the angels are going to be doing. So we might as well practice.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I do. I grew up in a singing family. That's a passion of mine. But a man told me several years ago something that's very true. He said the worst thing you can do for a singing voice is preach, and so it's not what it once was.
Yeah. So I know that Jessica does some recipes and cooks on there and stuff like that. Now, I want to clear the air on the what was that dish? The lasagna.
Yeah, it was the lasagna.
Okay. Now, Bryson, you say that's your recipe and you're holding it close. And then I seen that look Jessica gave you on the video when you said that you claimed the rights to the lasagna recipe. So who actually does the cooking of the lasagna and who owns the recipe? Remember, God is watching.
Well, yeah, I have two guesses, and I'll help you out. It's not me.
The truth. We got
The truth. Yeah. You always feel better when the truth finally comes out. There you go.
Real quick, I wanted to say thank you, Jody. You didn't have to do that.
Oh, Jody.
But, yeah, there's
$5 super chat for the tractor fund. Thank you, Jody. You're a sweetheart. You do not have to do that. So now we're going to get into the question. This is going to be shooting questions at you. So you should be really thrilled about this part of the interview. Okay. Now.
Bring it, he says.
Chuck and Belinda. I believe Belinda is Bryson's sister.
No. Belinda?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And Chuck is just the stir of funny.
The
Yeah. So do you guys live by each other or are you guys live in different places or how's that? Because Chuck is freaking hilarious.
Oh, he's awesome.
Okay. He's hilarious. And I would think that his humor is going to get him a long ways in the YouTube community because he is hilarious. So how's that family dynamic between Chuck and Belinda and you guys?
Well, we live about 50 miles apart. So we're not that close logistically. However, we are, I like to believe, and I don't think they would argue with that we're pretty close as a family. My brother, we have Linda and I have two brothers as well. And we've always gotten along well and do well. You know, training Chuck to be funny was not hard because he's not working with just a whole lot. And so you know, it's not really funny. It's just who he is.
Okay. Yeah. So next question: how many cows do you run?
We're around 30 head that are ours. The total herd between me and Zach and his mother is closer to 80 head, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. We talked about the horse. Has any of your children came to you and showed interest in going to public schools, and how did you handle that, if they did?
I don't know that I recall a time when they did. I think that we explained very early on that we felt like this was what we should do as a family. We felt like God led us to do that, and we still feel that way. And I know some outsiders, some people who are not family that have come to them and said, as big as you boys are, you all be playing football for this school or that school. And they have always said, no, we're happy where we are. And they always tell everybody we're Laurel Nighthawks. We're happy with that.
They love
Okay.
being homeschooled.
No, that's not true. Your daughter is a lady hawk.
Like,
That's
oh,
true.
right.
That is true.
And take notes.
I remember when she said that. She goes, "No, I'm not a night hawk. I'm a lady hawk." There you go. So,
Quick,
have we been posting their link in here?
yeah, they've been posted.
Hey, so if you guys haven't gone over there, take the time, hit that link, go over there, check them out real quick. Make sure if you subscribe, please leave a comment. Just say MT Homestead sent me something so the algorithm will stick on your subscription to them.
Yeah.
This is an awesome family. They got some great content. They are a God-fearing family that I absolutely enjoy watching, and I know there's a lot of people out there that's going to really enjoy their channel and supporting their channel. Let's see. I know that there's a lot of people out there that have teenage children, and there's always a time you watch them as they're growing where the children just don't want to be on camera. Have you guys started experiencing that? He said yes before I even started.
Yes. It depends on the situation. If it's something my boys are not comfortable with and they feel like they may not know enough about it, they're not quick to agree at all. However, if you'll notice in our video that we did about the trip to Monroe, Louisiana for the tournament, asked my son how the crab cake was, and he just went into this long explanation about how great it was and how great the sauce was. That was right up his alley. He was, man, I can talk about this all day long. So he didn't have a problem with that at all. But you know, things that he may feel like he's not got all the information on, he's going to be a little bit more hesitant. Now, my daughter doesn't care. I could ask her to do whatever, and she's like, okay. So.
Okay. Good. Were you born into farming, or was this a life choice that you made after you got married, or?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. My dad toyed with different things when we were kids. I was born in a community that had a lot of farmers in it, and I was always volunteering to go help them. And but when you get to like gardens, my dad doesn't know what a little garden is. We grew up with several acres, seemed like every year, and so that end of it I was born into, and the livestock end, I probably learned more about it from others. Dad had cattle when I was born. I think shortly thereafter he got out of the cattle business. When my dad's a pastor as well, and when he began to pastor, it became difficult to keep up with everything. So a lot of those things were put on hold. But we lived in Texas for a while when I was a kid, and that's where I got my horse education. I worked on a horse ranch over there, where he pastored a church, and it's always been a dream. I just absolutely love the farm life, the camaraderie, these channels that I am getting to know the people of. And this is where it's at, and for me. And so whether I was born into it or not, that's who I am, I believe, and I enjoy being that. Okay.
Yeah, because the homesteading community, the gardening community, is a huge community. And over this last year, I think February 3rd, we'll be on YouTube 1 year.
Yeah.
And they are just awesome people. They bring you in. They support. Even in tragedy, I've seen in good times and bad, this community has absolutely tightened their belt and surrounded people with love that need it. So, you know, being part of this YouTube community, we live out in the middle of nowhere. So this is our family. And I tell everybody every week, I hate the word sub. We call them family members. And I think that's how you grow, by treating each other like family. So I encourage you guys out there to bring this family into the homesteading community with the rest of us, support them. Now, I haven't seen on there where you did lives yet. And I know lives are essential to growing your channel, and it's essential to getting your word out to everybody. So that's like when you were on live with Chuck and Belinda, a lot of people start their YouTube careers off or their channel off with going live with somebody else so you can play off each other and stuff like that. So you can build the confidence to do a live. So I encourage you guys to do that. And we would more than like to be on your list of people having come on your channel just to help out and get you going, because a lot of people, you're a preacher, you get in front of people all the time. Okay. Now you guys are going to start growing, and we're going to support you. We're going to spread you on our community tab, and you get a community tab once you hit 500 subscribers onto your channel. So we're going to do that. We're going to encourage everybody out there to go to your channel, support you. Let's get you moving while you guys create content for your channel. Remember, don't deviate from anything that's not you. I think you're doing a wonderful job. I think you have a message that people want to hear.
Yes.
And I think that is vital to growing your channel. So I applaud you on your journey so far.
Oh no.
What's happened?
Huh?
What's that?
Very much.
Joni and
Oh, okay.
Tony are digging out from their third weather bomb.
Oh my gosh. So tell us why you started a YouTube channel.
Well, it's something I've wanted to do for a long time. And to be totally honest with you, I have never been in the position where I had the time to, I guess you could say, document what we were doing. I think a lot of it's taken the kids to get older and be able to pitch in and help more. But the biggest reason is kind of summed up in our slogan that we have on our brand new logo. If y'all hadn't seen that, it says "The hard way or no way." And there's a few reasons for that slogan. The first and foremost is when I said we need a slogan that embodies us. My oldest son said, "The hard way or no way," and he was saying it facetiously.
Yeah.
But it clicked with me because, there's a lot of people out there right now that really want people like us to go away. They think that we're old timey and what we're doing is not needed anymore. And I think it's one of the problems with society, to be totally honest with you, is kids aren't taught to work anymore. They're not taught the processes. They don't understand what it's like to have to make things happen every day as a family, because if you don't, you may not, at least God's been good to us, but I mean, you may not be able to eat what you want to eat if you don't get out there and get at it. So that's part of it. The other part of it is I have a lot of friends that I've met over the years that have asked a lot of questions about farm life, country life. Some of them live in big cities, and they say, "Hey, we don't get to experience that. We would love to." And that was one of the things that inspired us to do that. But I would say above all, and I'll just be honest about it. It might lose me, but it just have to be that way. It's a platform to tell people about the Lord and let them see how He is good to us.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. What do you have planned for your farm and the future for your YouTube channel? Without giving things away, future films or anything like that, are there things that you have in a plan or in the mix as far as other animals, other adventures, and things like that you're going to bring to your channel.
Absolutely. And I can't wait for the weather to break so we can start moving that way. We will, there'll be a good bit more horse content as we go along. We're going to train some horses that, in fact, I've already got a couple lined up. Just got to finish getting that place that we've been working on ready to go. Of course, we're working on the chicken thing now. During the summer, my boys and I, and my daughter, I don't want to leave her out of that, spend a lot of time doing something that makes most people cringe, but we snake hunt. So we're going to be bringing some of that.
They're crazy.
I'll watch that. I'll watch that.
So we'll definitely be doing a good bit of that. We also will be doing some gardening, not extensively at this point. I just don't have the place to do that or the time. And I guess one vein that I'm not real sure how it will be received, but it's us, and we believe that that is important to stick with us. Is I'm a firearms instructor, and we're going to do some videos along those lines, mostly on the fun side of it, and not so much instructional, but probably some instructional as well. Mm-hmm. And we'll have fun with some of those things. And I want to, and y'all help me encourage this one, I want to bring a lot more from scratch homemade cooking like she can do and does. To you.
I totally get it.
She's not as keen on it as I. She knows everybody loves to eat it, but she doesn't necessarily believe everybody will like to see it. So,
well, let me tell you something real quick. Your wife is like my wife. She goes, okay, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And I said, well, people want to know what goes into it. She goes, well, I don't have no recipe. I just know that I got to do this and do that. And I said, okay. So, but she's a great cook too. And I keep encouraging her to do it, but she hates that step by step because that's not the way she cooks. Mm-hmm. She cooks to taste and not what's in a recipe.
That's right.
Well, you noticed the last one we did, I think the Mississippi roast that we did. I just said, look, awesome. I'm just going to film you. You don't have to give the measurement. I'm just going to film you doing it. You tell me what you're doing. And I thought it went well. And a lot of people said it looked delicious, and they don't know the half of it. It was delicious.
Oh, I bet.
So, we may approach it from that aspect. I don't know.
Yeah. I think when you do videos like that, in your description, instead of, if you don't feel comfortable with going, okay, I'm measuring this, I'm doing this, and so on and so forth, you just put that in the description part of it, and you just tell them, hey, go to the description down below, and there's how we do it. So that kind of helps out a channel a lot when you do it like that too. So just an idea.
I want to respond to this guy that just from Australia, I think, that just said that about relocating snakes. Yeah, we do not kill them in most cases. We love snakes. So usually we will play with them for a few minutes and let them go. If we do come across venomous, it depends on the landowner. Some landowners that let us hunt ask if we find venomous snakes to kill them. We do that. We do not do that on film. So we won't. But that would be if they have livestock or grandchildren or something running around that they're concerned about. But my preference is not to harm the snakes in the act. I find an interesting statistic online this year that said that there's only one person in the state of Mississippi that's died from a venomous snake in the last 100 years. And that one person got bit by a snake and was actually killed in a car wreck on the way to the hospital. So they really didn't die from the snake after all. So that tells you they're not quite as bad as we give them credit for. They can hurt you, but we're not. I agree with that guy. Relocation, and they are important, especially for us who don't like rodents. They're very important.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember as a teenager going on rattlesnake roundups in Arizona, And we would come back with, I think the one year we came back with 15 gunny sacks full of rattlesnakes, and not really thinking, because half of them were like Mojave rattlers. They're like, you get bit and 3 steps later you're on the ground. So yeah, I've been on a few of those. Nowadays, being my age, there ain't no way I'm going out there looking for it.
We had a black snake when I was a kid, so I always was raised around snakes.
So hey, again, the reason we have channels on our shout out Sundays, because we know that the only person that can say the best things about you are the creators themselves. So just to end the interview or the shout out today, what's some of the things that you want people to know about you, your family, and your channel in closing?
Well, there's not, I'll just say it this way, there's not much to us. Everything that we have and everything we're able to do is because of our Creator. And we have absolutely got tons to learn. I am very technically challenged, so bear with us. However, we absolutely love this community already. And we appreciate you guys for bringing us on. We appreciate Life of Linda and Chuck for doing the same. That is an introduction that we don't deserve, but we are very thankful for. And I guess the last thing that I would say is I want to make sure that whatever we do is informational and content that the whole family can watch and enjoy and learn from, and in the end, give glory to God.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to not pay attention, but I looked at your page and we're up to 63 subscribers now. We can do better than that. Everybody, please go over there after this the live is over with, and please check them out. Moderators, please put their link into the description so people do not have an excuse not to go over there and check them out. Okay. So hey, I'm going to tell you right off the get-go. I watched one video of yours, and I subscribed right away. I don't go over and just subscribe to be subscribing. And there's a lot of people that don't do that. They want to go over there and they want to soak you in. So I will tell you, the first video I watched was when you guys went, I think it was Monroe, for a basketball tournament. And that was my very first video I seen of you guys. And I was hooked on, just because of the love, the support that you give your children. I think that children, and some people might disagree with me, but children need parents and not friends. Okay. And because you support your children, that makes you a great parent. Those people who give a child, here's $20 and we'll see you later, and they're off, and then there's no interaction, kind of hurts me to know that I probably did that because I was in the military for 25 years and I spoiled my children because I was always gone, deployed. And so I gave them everything they want without them earning it. And I applaud you guys on your method of parenting. I think it's a very effective one. I think that your children are going to be great members of society once they get out and they're on their own. And I think it's our duty, and I can say this in hindsight, is to build a relationship with them and equip them with all the tools that they can have to make it on their own. Okay, so I applaud you guys for that. I love your videos. I love your family dynamic. And I'm telling people that they're going to love your channel for sure. And I want you guys to keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be effective. It's slow. I mean, our first 100 subs, I was about to throw in the towel. Okay. You got to keep doing it. Do it because you love it, and don't do it if it starts seeming like, hey, and now I got another job. It should just be, hey, I'm filming everything, put something together, and just have fun with it. So I applaud you for as great parents, as Christians. I applaud you. I applaud the work that you're doing for your community as a pastor. And I applaud your wife, Jessica, for taking on the responsibility. She's been homeschooling them ever since they started going to school. Am I correct?
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yes.
right.
Me, I would probably be in jail because I would be a horrible teacher with my own children. So, because I told Terrie this before, 2 things you never do: never teach your wife to do anything, and never coach your children because it gets ugly. So, hey, guys, I'm glad you guys came and visited with us. I hope everybody goes and checks out your channel. We're going to keep tabs on you. We may have you on here again, do a collaboration, do something to help you grow. And remember, if you have any questions, we're not the experts whatsoever, but we're more than happy to help. Always reach out to the channels that subscribe to you. Terrie always likes to follow everybody on Instagram and Facebook, and she's my publicist. So she does all that stuff while I don't. So because it's a lot of work. I mean, and it takes a lot of energy. Okay, now you're up to 67 subs. So I hope this helps your channel grow. Again, welcome to the family. Welcome to our family. I know you guys subscribe to our channel, and we greatly appreciate that. And you are family members to us. And anything that we can do for you, we're here for you. And I just don't say that to be saying that. If people know me, I would do anything for anybody that needs my help. And I know you guys are the same way. And I think that's part of God's work, to build a community that can support each other.
Well,
Now
we
it's your
want to
turn.
thank y'all for allowing us to be here today. We have thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes, absolutely.
And I want to thank you for your service.
Oh.
That is near and dear to my heart. I appreciate everyone who has given a portion of their life to defend this country. And most of all, we're the same way. I don't know what I can help you with, but if I can help you, I'll be glad to try. And
Cool.
just let us know. And we look forward to growing with you guys, being family.
All right, so my wife is going to send you an email, and she's going to ask for your shirt sizes, both of you, and we're going to send you a little package here in the mail here pretty soon.
Yep. We got a delay.
Well, thank you so
That's
much.
sweet.
Appreciate that.
All right, so thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah.
We're going to take you down out of the chat. We're going to finish out with our family over here, read some comments, and guys, we love you. We're on board with you, and we wish you all the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so who do we still have in here? Hopefully we have a bunch of people in here.
Let's see. We have Don Lee's still here. Don Ray B was here. Joni Stoddard.
Cat fur for kitten britches.
And Cat Fur for Kitten Britches.
Yeah.
And who else was in here? I am Thorhaven. Thorhaven Farm.
Thorhaven Farm was in here. I did see that. There's Tawny Wolf.
Yep, Tawny. Belly Acres #3, Jillian Carey.
Hey.
And who?
Davis Family Life,
Yeah,
Kareen.
Hello, Kareen. And let's see. There have been a lot of comments. So
Well, good. Sweeney Creek Farm's in here.
Sweeney's Creek Farm. And I think. Oh, yeah. Squirrels Magnet Fishing.
Hey.
They came in.
Squirrels Magnet Fishing.
Yep.
Welcome, welcome.
I will reiterate, I do have a headache today, so I'm a little slow.
Hey, and I'll throw
Always a
this out to
little slow.
anybody and everybody out there. If you would like to be on our Sunday shout outs, please go to our about page, mthomesteadok@gmail.com.
Yep.
Send us an email if you want to be on our shout outs to help your channel out. We'll do whatever we can.
We will work you in.
Everybody, a lot of people has helped us along the way, and we just absolutely want to give back.
And Brenda was telling Jesse he needed to come on and do a live with us sometime.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, I said that to Jesse.
live from the motor coach.
That's right.
That's right. I love that video. That's a nice motor coach you guys bought, Jesse.
Oh, it's just Tony.
Oh, okay.
Tony is snow blowing.
Hey, good job for Tony.
Yeah.
Man, you guys are getting bombarded with snow up there.
Make sure he doesn't stay out there and get too cold.
That's right.
Davis Family Life Corrine said Marvin has twisted my arm and talked me into going live this evening at 7
At 7
Eastern. Pray for her. All right. We'll have to watch for that.
Yeah.
And Don Ray B said, exciting news. My quail breeder set is ordered and should be arriving this week. My first protein on my land. That's awesome.
There you go. There you go.
And yes, thank you, Jody. I can use that for sure. My head it's been the last 2 days. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Paul thinks that people that are homeschooling are suckers for punishment. But
well, that's probably true, unless you got them kids pretty well squared away.
Yeah. Craig's Cabin. Hello.
Hey, Craig.
Said, hi guys, only popping by to say hello and dropping a like. Got a lot on, but still wanted to show support. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you.
Thank you, Craig.
Oh yeah, Raquel, been watching the trucker convoy. She said, yeah, that's crazy.
What trucker convoy?
Up in Canada, they're doing a protest, I guess. I don't know, a boycott. Because of all the not being able to cross between Canada and the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, I bet.
You can tell who reads the news here.
Yeah.
Ain't him.
No, not me. If it ain't on the boob tube at work, because I just leave it on the news channel until I get so sick, then I just turn it off.
All right. So, where are we? Oh yeah, protesting, no jabs. Yeah.
Oh.
Because of crossing back and forth.
67.
David Corrine said headaches are a side effect of married life. I don't think that's true.
Are you saying that I'm giving Terrie headaches? There's Heather Hopper, trucker in Ottawa.
Life with Belinda and Chuck said we loved homeschooling ours, had a lot more freedom and didn't have to wait up for the laggers.
Yeah, the laggers.
There you go.
Yeah.
And hey, yeah, there we go. Brenda said make Mike give you a foot rub for your headaches, especially your big toes. All right.
I rub her feet all the time. And you know what? When I ask her, I said, hey, can you rub? She almost gets nauseous. She hates feet.
I have a thing about feet.
But she wants me to rub her feet. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
So it is 3:00.
Well, it's pretty close to it, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Hey, I'm glad everybody came in here. Haden Farms, please go check them out after this. Please, please, please check them out. Let's get this great family on the road to success, moving up in with family members, and so they're encouraged to continue this journey within our community. So I thank you very much for being here. Go Chiefs! Okay, and till the next time, help somebody in need. Always, always be kind to one another. And always thank our vets for the freedom that we have. So until next time on our next video, which is probably coming out on Monday or Tuesday, but we will be live on Wednesday. We hope you guys are there. We love you, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.